like, when you see a Karen in public and you're like, wow, those people do exist. This is like that, but it wasn't with a Karen. It was with somebody who was super homophobic. Me personally, I'm an openly bisexual soldier. And most people give me shit for it, and that's fine. And people get shit for everything. If you're anything in the military, you're gonna get shit for it. If you're a guy, you gotta get shit. If you're a girl, you gotta get shit. If you're white, black, Hispanic, whatever. But it's like a weird equality. It's like prejudice equality. Like everyone gets shit on and everyone gives shit. If you can't take that, then okay, you might get looked at a little weird, but people will mostly respect it and be like, okay, just don't joke around with that person that much. Don't be surprised if nobody invites you out drinking for a while, but
eventually they all realize they're on the same team and they'll do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like everyone, like my buddy who he happens to be like Hebrew. I always give him shit and say the most up jokes you would never say to anybody. Just because he's like part Jewish, and he'll like tell me like jokes just because I'm bi. And it was funny because there was a sergeant in Korea that got offended by that and said, hey, you shouldn't say that. You might say something that people might not like. And then me and him both look at each other and look at him. He goes, can't exactly repeat what I said, but it was a racist joke along the lines of, hey, he's got the tattoo, I got the flag, it works, And like he just kind of laughed. And it's that weird thing where you say the most heinous and shit to each other, but you don't care because it's like, it's whatever.
Doesn't register as an actual attack.
Yeah, it works in that. Now, that being said, me being openly bi, one of my buddies came up to me when I was walking out to lunch one day and goes, hey, man, you doing all right? I'm like, I mean, yeah, as best I could. Why wouldn't I be? He's like, yeah, I understand you're openly bi. That's fine. That's cool. No one else gives a shit. Watch out for our new NCO, though. I'm like, why? He told me, he was like, I was talking to him in the office, and he went to Fort Lewis in Washington, and he asked him, oh, how'd you like Fort Lewis? And the sergeant said word for word, shit you not, oh, I hated Washington. A bunch of queers down there.
Oh,
that fag shit.
Uh-oh.
Like, whoa, okay. I wasn't like scared. It was one of those surreal moments where I'm like, holy shit, these people exist.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy fuck. So I'm like, okay, not saying anything to that guy and just avoid him as much as I could. I was never really like open with him, not because again I was scared, but it's one, I guess out of respect to him, because I don't want to like force him into something awkward. And two, I just don't want to deal with the extra bullshit. And like, I'm of the belief of, hey, if you don't like what I'm doing, if you're anti whatever the that's honestly fine. I don't care. As long as you don't let it affect your job or your perception of me and me doing my job, I don't care. You can have your opinions. That's fine. So long as you still toss me that belt of 249. I was a saw gunner at the time. As long as you still toss me that belt at the end of the day, we're cool.
That is way more respect than those people deserve, and I respect you heavily for doing that.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, like, yes and no. To me, it's two sides. It's A, they're either ignorant to the fact because they haven't met someone yet, or B, it's their upbringing. And if they really are like that, again, they're wearing the same uniform I am. There are so many different political opinions, sexualities, outlooks on life, different shit here that normally any person on either side of the aisle, left or right, would say, no, these people can't get along. Well, obviously they can, because I go into work every single day, and all the lower enlisted, the people who I would die for, they get along just fine. A lot of my friends who are like Trump supporters, hell, they 100% support me, even though they know what I do. And I support them, even though I know what they support, because it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we're both green. There you go. Like the movie said, from this day forward, you were not brown, black, or yellow. You were green, light green, dark green, but you are green.
Yeah, I guess having a common goal is really the only way to be 100% sure that everybody's gonna stop fighting for a bit.
Yeah, it definitely helps out with that. And yeah, like half those dudes, I love those guys. And most people would, outside looking in, see the way they treat me and the way I treat them, and they would think we hate each other or that I should tell them to off and blah, blah. I'm like, no, dude, I'd die for some of these dudes. It's my brothers and sisters, depending on who you're talking to. There you go. Like, that's just the way it is.